So in a synopsis of The Life Changer, this is going to be a summary of chapter 3 and 4. I'm Angel and I'm here with
Jamb.
So in chapter 3, Umi tries to admonish her children. She tries to give them a lesson to learn from a story. She tells them the story of Tali, the quiet one. So
Only really quiet one. How did you really get that title quiet one?
small,
Yeah, that's true.
So the circumstances which surround Tali's birth, they are known by all members of the community. When Tali was born, he lost his mother immediately after his birth. So before Tali even turned 20, he lost his stepmom and his dad to a ghastly car accident. So these circumstances caused Tali to go into a state of isolation. He withdrew completely to himself, causing him to put the only zeal he had in his life into his work as a government driver in the government office. So I can see that things took an interesting turn for Tali. Life got interesting when one day he was innocently buying foodstuff at a grocery store, and the people around him were looking at him like, Tali is buying more than he normally consumes, or more than he could ever finish in a week. That's suspicious.
Honestly, we're happy read about it.
Mind your business.
No, honestly, really, yeah, mind your business. Come on. It's like me saying, okay, I'm going out. I know that you guys will look at me. Yeah, I'm still my dollar, but you guys don't know how much I consume. Come on. Okay, I'm going to the store right now. I'm going to the store right now. Let's say, Christmas time, or it could be any time. It could be my birthday. You don't know, like, I'm paying for myself. So it's not your business, actually. And it's my money. Let's say, I'm okay, yeah, I'm spoil myself. And you're telling me, I can't, come on, man. Just, come on. It's give me a break. Like, just give me a break, please.
So the people in the grocery store also found it suspicious, and the grocery store manager also found it suspicious that Tali was buying food.
Honestly, the fact that the grocery store manager just found it suspicious, he was so sad.
You're supposed to be happy.
You're supposed to be happy. Like, you have a customer that is buying this much.
In bulk
For that matter, like, he's buying this much, and you really have a problem with.
So the people at the markets found it suspicious. The sellers found it suspicious. One of the sellers even went as far as to call their district head the Hakimi. And the Hakimi also found it suspicious that Tali was buying food.
Honestly, for that seller, I don't think that seller wants to cross my family. That seller is not ready.
So the Hakimi, he called Tali in for questioning at his house. Tali messed up. Tali could have gotten away with it because they asked Tali a simple question. Tali failed to answer.
And honestly, at that point, you can't really blame Tali because he knew what he did and he had that feeling.
Lie!
Seriously. Really, lie.
So during the questioning, some policemen and they came with military escorts. They came to Hakim's house and said that they found something in Tali's house that nobody would ever think that Tali would be capable of doing.
Honestly, if I was actually in that book, anyone to Tali did this stuff, I honestly would be.
But how would somebody that sits in the front seat in church?
Exactly. You don't believe this kind of person can do this kind of stuff, but at the end of the day, that's what we saw.
So when they went to Tali's house, the Akimi followed them to Tali's house and they found a boy that wasn't even up to 13 years of age there, held captive. Tali was accused of kidnapping, armed robbery, and extortion.
Yeah.
So after the whole evidence, they found the evidence, he had an accomplice. His accomplice was Zaki. Him and Zaki, they were arrested and put in prison for some hard labor. What's the boy doing in your house? So what happened in chapter 4?
So, moving on, chapter 4. For me, chapter 4 is actually a very interesting chapter, I won't lie. Actually, the whole story started with Mr. Dambo, who was a very, very strict, very strict teacher in
Very respected.
Very respected as well. Very, very, very respected. And he's always known to treat his students justly, especially the female. But all this took a very, 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 very sad turn when he met someone. Seductive and all. She walked into his office and immediately he was astonished and he lost his guard. Honestly, I'm very sure he didn't even know when he asked her to befriend him more intimately.
And she rejected him.
And she
Maybe she
rejected
should.
him. But come on, it's just intimately like this. And plus, he had a friend to it. He just said friend.
Okay, wait. What type of sentence is intimately used in?
Same type of sentence that friend is used in.
So if a female lecturer came to come and meet you and said, John, can I meet you? You wouldn't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay, yes. You know what? Let me join this one. So, moving on from that, when someone told Mr. Dabo no, Mr. Dabo immediately had this sense of
I messed up,
really. I really messed up. And he vowed never to lose his guard again. He really vowed never to lose his guard again. I can understand. Well, so someone got into the most famous Queen Amina hostel. That was basically literally the best hostel in that university. It was the best hostel. But something really ticked Sama off, and that was the fact that she didn't like her roommates, or let's say she didn't like the fact that she didn't get to choose her roommates. She was so surprised when they all got along. So they said that their friendship wasn't just friendship, it became
sisterhood.
Exactly, it became so mutual between the four of them. And it's so funny, so funny that it was food that actually brought them together. It was food. Just food.
Together, Ada, who was from the Middle Belt.
Exactly.
Tomiwa, who was from the Yoruba land.
Salma, Hausa, Ngozi. They are all from different places, different delicacies and all, but at the same time, food still brought them together. So Salma was coming back from the Kwangila Hall, and she met Labaran and Habib on the way. Labaran was the driver, or rather, let me say driver. Labaran was the one driving the car. So they offered to take Salma to her hostel. Initially, Salma was skeptical about the whole thing, but she eventually agreed. Yeah, sure. So when she got into the car, when they dropped her off at her hostel, so Habib asked for Salma's number. And Salma did the funniest thing ever. She gave Habib her friend's number and told Habib that her name was Tonima. That is her friend's name. She told Habib that her name was Tonima and gave Habib Tonima's number. The mindset of Habib, this guy.
Anyway, so that was the end of the summary of chapter 3 and 4. Hope to see you again in the next chapter.